what's happening in your system right now as you're starting the practice. And kind of an obvious place to start is our body. What's happening in our body? And as you let yourself settle in, it becomes kind of automatic to notice where we're holding and then to notice where we can soften. Maybe it's through the back of your neck, your upper back, your shoulders. Even if it's not your tightest spot in your body, there's often a lot of softness that we can bring to that part of the body when we tune in. For other people, it might be the jaw, the hinges of the jaw, the mouth. You're clenching your teeth, maybe. You can also notice your chest and stomach. And as we relax our stomach area, we might notice gratitude for our breath. I mean, our breath literally keeps us alive. And we have a complicated relationship with it because it's part of the fight, flight, freeze system. So when we're feeling anxious or stressed, our breath is often tight. We hold our breath. When we're depressed, we might not want to take an in breath in. It feels like it's too much. And as we relax our stomach and tune into the breath, we almost always notice that it gets softer. Ideally, there's a lot of ease in our breath. And we get to the ease by relaxing. We bring our attention in from thoughts, from the past and the future. We notice that when we relax our body, our breath eases, becomes deeper often, it's smoother. And the breath works with the sympathetic nervous system on the inhale, activates. We become alive. We nurture our bodies with our in breath. And the parasympathetic nervous system on the exhale. We relax. We rest. So, for a moment, let's work with just that rhythm and the noticing of the in breath and the out breath, coming to more ease. There are so many ways to work with our breath. To start, it's often good to notice what's happening naturally in your body right now. Notice if the breath is smooth and continuous, or if there's jerkiness, or if you're holding your breath. And notice if there's enough space to breathe more deeply. What does it feel like when you take a deep inhalation? If the shoulders and back and the chest are very tight, that's not going to feel all that open. So notice what it feels like for you right now. When we breathe deeply, the lower rib cage expands on the inhale. And as we breathe out, there's that lovely settling and softening. Let your exhalation continue until your body says it's time, and then let the inhalation start. And as you're noticing the breath and the effect of your breath, notice if there's gratitude for your breath, even if it's not perfect. Many of us have issues in our lungs, and the breath that's coming in might struggle a little bit to get back out. We have asthma or something like that. We might have a lot of experiences of having uncertainty about the breath, of being scared. Are we going to be able to get a good breath? When we've been traumatized, we have a shallow, almost undetectable breath at times. We go into a freeze. And certainly, all of us have experienced the stressful breath, holding our breath, having that shallow, jerky breath, and the effect that has on our system. And we've also all experienced a calming breath. As we work with our breath, our body relaxes and softens. The breath becomes deeper. Our system settles. Notice your response to all of this complexity. And our response might be some contraction or energy in our body, might be thoughts, memories of things that have happened, worries and fears. We could stay with that for a bit if you wanted to, or we could let that rest. But whether you're paying attention to thoughts or you're not, keep the awareness of the movement of your body with your breath and of that deepening relaxation. Let your body really soften as you breathe out. If your mind is kind of restless, you could give it something to do. You You could count the length of your breath and see if they're about equal. It's very stabilizing for the mind to focus on the transition points in the breath. Just as you're finishing the exhale, letting your body move into the inhale, noticing when that changes. You're inhaling and then you're exhaling, and then you start to inhale again. And when we have the right amount of air, we start to exhale again. We don't need too much. It's not actually good for us. Notice the subtleties of how our body moves with breath. There's a lengthening of muscle fibers in the stomach area as we breathe in. And the more we soften our stomach, our belly, the more room our body has to breathe. And then what does it feel like in those muscles when we turn the corner into the exhale? Now the muscle fibers are starting to come back. They're softening, they're no longer stretching. Same with the muscles between the ribs, the intercostal muscles, where they expand as we breathe in. We're breathing deeply, diaphragmatically. They lengthen, and those are little short muscles, so they don't have a lot of room there. But they lengthen a bit so that we could breathe in. And they soften again when we breathe out. If you like, you could work with extended exhaling, where we breathe out up to 6 seconds or even longer. If you're breathing into a count of 3 seconds, you could breathe out to a count of 6. As long as you have that soft ease in the breath, you're not tightening your stomach at the end of the exhale. You're letting your lungs empty. Empty a bit more and a bit more. And then when it's time, you breathe in without any sense of panic or anxiety. And as you're breathing out, notice the whole back of your body and let your back body soften. Back of your neck and shoulders, the back of your arms and hands, the hinges of your jaw, the back of your ears, back of your neck, between your shoulder blades, the large muscles of the upper back, mid back, lower back. down through the back of your legs, your feet, and as you exhale, let the ease in your breath expand to your whole body, head to toes. Let that ease expand to your mind as well. Let your mind be calm, settled. There's nothing that needs to happen right now in the mind. We could let our mind rest. And let your mind focus very quietly, but focus though on the stillness in your body. Let your mind drift from the top of your head through your face, noticing if you could soften it a little bit more, the forehead and eyebrows, your eyes, down through your neck and shoulders, through your chest, your stomach, down through the front of your arms, the front of your legs, your toes. Let your mind focus in your body and in your breath. And what is your felt sense of the softening that happens on the exhale? Being aware of your whole body, head to toes. And whatever ease and softness comes into the body during the exhale, maintain your awareness of that as you breathe in so that you don't tighten unconsciously. We're bringing in that wonderful nourishment of the in breath, and we're remaining open, all the cells of our body, and accept the new oxygen that comes through the blood, through the in breath. Keep your mind very focused and steady through the focus on the breath, on the felt sense of that in your body. Notice how the energy and how our experience changes from the beginning when we were first checking in. We were working with gratitude for our breath. We were looking into the difference in the felt sense of the inhale and the exhale, the continuity of the breath, how it works with our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. But mostly just the feeling, allowing our body to have ease, to let our mind settle into this observance. Smooth, continuous breath. Just continue to breathe as you open your eyes as well. What's going on now that you've opened your eyes? You might be looking around the room. And we can do this practice even with our eyes open, this practice of attending to the breath, of the ease in the breath. We can do it when we move through our day. We can do it when we're relaxing, when we're eating. There's so many opportunities to work with our breath.